Hey everyone, Tricia Sloma along with Matt Engelbrecht, and we have our producer Kirsten Glover joining you on the morning stretch this morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Doing
Good.
okay.
Hello.
Hi. Start here with this look. How did you get changed so fast?
Who, me?
Yeah.
So I took the training from Superman. Yeah. Yeah, you think you can get into like the deep world of Superman, but a lot of people don't focus on his ability to change quickly in escalating situations, and so I just took that and applied it to my life.
Meanwhile, we have a first alert weather day, and you're over there changing clothes like Superman.
No, well, part of it has to do with how cold it is outside and snowy it is right now. That I needed something a little bit more comfortable to try and get me through the morning. Because I'm sure anybody that is watching this is probably either at work or are just commuting, possibly not on the roadways, but in the middle of the commute. Hopefully you're doing it safely because, we got some light snow encompassing a good portion of the area, parts of Michiana, up to about 2 inches out of the system this morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so folks, it's cold out too. When we're talking cold, I mean, this isn't unheard of. It's January, for crying out loud. So what can we expect of this week and into next week?
Yeah, so right now, I use the right now graphic because this gets us set for next week. Right now, we're at 4, 13, 1 below. That's the feels like temperature. And we're going to take 10 degrees off of that next Monday and Tuesday. So again, 2 first alert weather days, today and tomorrow. And then the big one is going to be next Monday and Tuesday, something we're going to focus a lot on the tail end of the work week.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hi, Kirsten.
Hi.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing grand. How are you?
You know, we're bringing her in a little bit more because you have something fun planned for us. Is that right?
Yeah. So I guess recently a lot of schools do not teach cursive writing to their young students.
Ooh.
So we're going to do a little handwriting test.
Oh, well, I first want to talk about that because we actually have some notes on that. In South Bend schools, Matt,
Yeah.
I don't know if you weren't in the area back in 2010.
Okay.
They ended cursive writing because it was it was taken out of the Common Core. So that's kind of the history behind it. And last night's meeting, or actually at a recent South Bend school board meeting, they said one of the agenda items were bringing back cursive. And guess what? The new board, because we have several new school board members, they said, we're bringing it back. Cursive writing will happen. And they have it planned for 3rd grade as of now. That may change, but 3rd graders are going to start learning it again. That's when I learned cursive writing.
Usually about 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade is when they start introducing it. Now you mentioned they took it away at 2010, so about 15 years ago.
Right.
Do we know what they replaced it with?
Nothing.
Because I think that was the point. Because Common Core was taking over, and it just included so many other important, what they claimed was more important.
Sure.
And it filled the space.
Right. So then, again, we talk about this and adding it back in. You can't add more time to the school day. So just like any kind of budget, you got to take something away. So I'm kind of curious that if we want it back into the curriculum, then what are we starting to trim back? What are we starting to take away if this does go forward?
Right, and that is going to be a concern. Now, I want to bring in Kirsten. Now, you have done something interesting for us, and you gave us a blank piece of paper and a pen.
Yes.
I'm holding it
for.
here.
Yes.
What you kind of came up with an idea. I'm going to bring you full here. What's going on here? What's the plan?
Okay, so we're going to do a little handwriting test.
You hear paper shuffling, folks. I'm nervous
for effect.
already.
Oh, you guys are going to do fine. It only took me about 30 tries to get it to where I liked it. So we're going to take about, 30 seconds.
Okay,
And
you
I
have a clock?
I do on
Okay.
my phone.
All right,
Let me pull it up.
my pen.
So I have a sentence for you.
Okay.
Notre Dame will play against Ohio State in the college football championship.
Okay, is this in cursive writing
cursive.
or print first? Cursive first.
Yes.
Okay, so what is it again?
Notre Dame will play against Ohio State in the college football championship. Yeah, it took me
my
quite some
goodness.
time because I would write. I remember being taught to write in cursive, but I don't think I really followed a lot of the rules.
Yeah.
I ignored a lot of like the uppercase letters, so I had to look up what they were supposed to look like.
Done.
So am I.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so.
How do you spell OSU?
All right. So this is what I have.
it looks great.
Notre Dame will play against Ohio State in the college football championship.
Oh, jeez.
How's it
Wow,
looking?
I just looked up. Here, can I see yours?
Wait,
pass it
can
over?
you hold yours up?
I don't want to. I really don't want to. I see
on.
that. I'm just like,
Hold it up,
Let's see it.
buddy.
Let's see it.
All
Come
right,
on.
well, I had to write it out normally on one side so that I knew
Come on.
chicken scratch.
Come
Oh.
on. Matt
There it is.
Engelbrecht.
There it is.
You were doing shorthand too.
There it is.
ND.
There it is. I don't think we needed to focus any much or anymore.
No, I think we-
Any much more. There's that grammar.
It's all right. You're out of practice. Nobody uses cursive anymore.
And I told Tricia, I told you this during the show. My secret was that as long as it all connected and the first and last letter looked okay,
Run it all together.
I usually got a passing grade or a plus.
Ah.
That's tough.
Okay, let's see yours, Kirsten.
You can see my practice one.
Okay, I hit the wrong button, but let me see your practice one
All right.
as it moves over. Go ahead,
This
hold
is
it
my
up.
practice.
Ooh,
That's beautiful.
actually, you did a lovely job.
That's beautiful.
Cursive writing
I just did
is
it about
a
30 times.
wow, the Fighting Irish
Wow.
are
This is- I
playing
was gonna put-
Ohio State.
Look at the T.
Okay.
I was going to do cursive
the
writing as
T.
a lost art. That's what I was
Put that
going
back
to
up
do.
there. Hey, Tricia, look at her T. Look at her T on this one. That's
Yeah,
cursive. That looks good.
Thank
That's
you.
critical. Yeah, that
I
was
like
something
the
that.
oh, I like the S. That's
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that's a good one too.
But I had a guide. I had to look it up because it is a lost art. I don't ever.
And I'm
use
glad
it.
you're using the word art because that's exactly what you called it, Matt. And you were talking about that
Yeah.
during the morning show. It truly is an art form when you think about it because it's that eye hand, how you work together, putting it on paper. It is kind of an art form.
So confession time.
Yeah.
The reason I said that was because it gave me, I'm not good at art. So if I say it is art, then I can automatically say, well, I'm not good at that. No,
I'm not good at that.
it brings back a lot of really fond memories of my grandma. Grandma Engelbrecht. She was always, when we were learning it, she said, it's an art because you have to be patient
Yeah.
and you have to take I remember I can hear her saying, take your time
Yeah.
doing this, and you have to do it over and over and over. And being a third, fourth grader, all you want to do is get out, play sports, get outside and play.
Get outside.
Matt, be patient, slow, and it teaches you more than just art and cursive. It teaches you how to take an appreciation for something that you're working on.
I actually received an email. I'm going to pull it up now. George Hawthorne works at Real Services. Shout out to George.
Hey, George.
Folks, if you know George. He sent me an email during the show. He said, just to let you know, yesterday we saw an ad looking for people who can read cursive to help translate archived federal papers. Apparently being able to read cursive is a dying skill.
Wow.
So maybe it's not even so much of whether or not you can write it
Yeah.
or whether or not you can read it. Because there's so many documents that are in cursive, and this has become such a lost skill that they're concerned that people aren't going to be able to read things that are filed in documents in court,
Yeah.
things that are actually written down for instructions for family members. These are skills, folks. This is going to help you navigate the world.
Right.
But,
And you brought up something really like instructions for families.
yeah.
This isn't like 1776 type
Right.
cursive. This is within the decade cursive
Right.
writing that you need to know. So when we talk about translating or being able to read cursive, it's not like ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. It's
Right.
now.
But you had a good point. You can easily get AI translators and make it work for you.
And I brought that up because I read an article a few weeks ago that they're using AI to take to fill in the blanks
Right.
of old Latin, the Bible manuscripts, stuff like that. They're able to go ahead and fill in the blank. And I can only imagine that we're going to get to the point where it's AI translation is going to be like a calculator.
Absolutely. Like, let's just run it through the
Translator, have it out. But then the interpretation, the tone gets changed in that.
It does. It does. Well, the reason you had us write that, Kirsten, was for good reason, because there's a big game coming up, huh?
Oh, yeah. Big game coming up on Monday.
Well, I've got the video that we need to talk about the history of these two teams, and we go to our notes again. These are the two best brands in college sports right now, Ohio State, Notre Dame. They have met numerous times, but it's not as deep of history that you would think. And that's where I think people think, well, it goes way back. Well, they've played here in recent years. But really, if you look at their all-time history, it's really not that much. Let's go back to 1935 and 36. You saw the black and white video. Irish beat them in both of those matchups. They didn't play again until the 90s. I went to those games in 1995 and 1996. People, I was there. Jeff Jeffers and I reported in Columbus, Ohio. I have a very funny story about that matchup. I actually was in the satellite truck. They asked me to move it or do something.
Drive it.
Well, no, I don't think I had to move it. I think I had to take some equipment and put it into the truck. So they gave me the keys. This is the important part. They gave me the keys. Then I locked it up and I walked away. Ohio State wins the game. I had tickets to the game, far different place in the stadium. My husband and I drove home to my parents' house in Kenton, Ohio. And when I was changing that evening, my pants dropped to the floor and I heard a clunk. I thought, what is that? And then panic washed over me. This is before cell phones. Folks, they didn't even know my maiden name. They didn't know how to get the keys to the satellite truck. The WNDU satellite truck sat in Columbus, Ohio, while people were burning couches and rioting in downtown because Ohio State beat Notre Dame. And our sports guys rode back with the competition. And that went down in history as a big oopsie of Tricia Sloma.
Wait, when you say competition, the other station.
The other station.
Yeah,
But
okay.
so Tricia Sloma is off to a great start. Keep in mind, I'd only been working there for a couple of years. And they kidded me about that for a very, very long time. So then Ohio State played Notre Dame in Notre Dame Stadium the very next year. They won that one as well. Had a couple of bowl games, right? Fiesta Bowls, Matt?
Which ones? What are we talking about? Ohio
Go to
State?
your notes. 2000. Yeah,
I know in the most recent history, the competition between Ohio State and Notre Dame has not been Irish favorable. So I've chosen to kind of block
it out. Okay, well, then I'll fill you in. 2005, 2015 Fiesta Bowls.
Yeah.
Ohio State won those.
Yeah.
Most recently, 22 and 23, winning that matchup. The matchup last year, controversial down to those last seconds. That was agonizing. I was in the stadium, and I felt bad.
Yeah.
I felt bad. But there weren't enough players on the field, friends.
Yeah, that was a tough. We actually we had it set up. We have a small projector and we can watch stuff outside. And the last 2 minutes in that game, we had a cat run across and unplug the video input during the last 2 minutes of it.
Are you kidding me?
And the projector went down. The game went down. And this is when Notre Dame was still trying to fight off that last push by Ohio State.
Right.
I flipped out. I don't know where the cat ran off.
Right. Does that cat even live with you anymore? Or
we don't discuss that. We don't know. The cat is fine. I was able to get it back up in time to see, well, the play you got on the screen there.
oh my gosh.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of the Reggie Bush push. But we don't talk about that either.
Okay, that was then. This is now, folks. Destiny, countdown to destiny. Make sure you watch our continuing coverage. We've got Jackson and Sabrina heading to Atlanta for that game on Monday night. Kirsten, what time is the game?
7:30.
7:30?
Yes.
That's coverage, but we all know.
By the time they
What
kick off.
time is the kickoff?
What happens? Oh my
We
gosh.
all know the game's gonna go late.
Okay, so just so you know, when you watch the morning show, everybody knows I went to Ohio State, and I've done so much research and documentary work on the Notre Dame football team. I am torn here, so I am going to be watching the game with my family, Irish fans and Buckeye fans. Monday night, I am taking Tuesday off. Matt, you have an interesting schedule next week so that you can watch the game.
I'm doing the opposite. Part of it has to do with school-aged children.
Yes.
On Monday, they don't have to go into school. So I took Monday off, but I will be here on Tuesday.
So hopefully you'll take enough of a rest on Monday so you can stay up late. I am planning on staying up late and watching every second, dissecting it all, and then going to bed at probably midnight. So whatever. You guys have a great show on Tuesday. We'll talk sports on Wednesday. Okay?
That's exciting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a fun week. Absolutely.
All right. Now, you're also pretty excited about this.
Let's go.
We want more.
This is my show.
We want more.
This is my
It
show.
It is.
Oh, gosh.
Look at you.
In fact, you made fun of me for how quickly I changed. It just happens. I got my Lake Orion shirt on, my sweatshirt. So I'm in an interesting position. And one of my buddies, who was it? I think it was Chase? No, Luke. Luke texted me yesterday. We have a friends from elementary school, the group of us. And he texted me yesterday, and he put out the question. He said, Matt, would you rather have a Notre Dame national championship, because I'm from Detroit,
Of course.
or a Lions Super Bowl victory?
Oh, my gosh.
And it was just torn.
Oh, why
on
can't
what it
you
would
have
be.
both?
Exactly. Let's have both. You got to choose. But yeah, so the Lions, it's been tough to kind of get into the tradition and get into, I don't know, that kind of fandom.
Right.
Because the 90s were so tough. I've met Barry Sanders, but that's all I really kind of take from the 90s.
Right.
But we used to go to all of the Notre Dame games and stuff like that, and we'd travel down from Detroit. So my heart kind of goes with Notre Dame and wanted that national championship.
Oh, well, if you're wanting to enjoy the We Want More
Look at
bus
that.
tour, it kicked off Sunday, by the way, because they nailed the NFC North division. So that's amazing. I mean, congratulations. But look at this. This bus tour is making stops in Traverse City, Mount Pleasant, Midland, and Lansing. So I guess if you want to travel to any of those cities, wear a big old necklace like that.
We were talking about it, Tricia, that here in Michiana, we kind of are at the middle of both, because the Lions, the contingency, the people, the fan base for the Lions stretches to West Michigan, and it's always kind of a battle between Packers, Bears, Colts, and then the Lions starting to feed into it a little bit.
I'm sorry, but this is such a love story, though, for Lions that I think people are easily able to get on board here and jump on, because they want to see Detroit win. They want to see that city get just a shot in the arm, just really get going here.
Yeah, last year started it, and then this year people really started to believe. And the bandwagon, I'm not ashamed to say that, I'm jumping on. I jumped on the bandwagon a few years ago when things started to change.
Kneecap soup.
I love that. Yeah, Campbell's. Dan Campbell, of course, the head coach of the Lions. Campbell's soup. It's great. Grit, baby.
All right, and what's that quarterback chant?
Let's go, Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Well, we love all of you for joining us on the morning stretch. Kirsten, did we cover everything we were supposed to cover that you wanted us to cover?
There's our cursive.
I think so. It looks great. You guys did a great job.
Where's my pen? I can write a love letter.
Tricia, what's your? Let me see your signature, if you don't mind. Can you sign something?
Yeah, I don't know what I did with my pen.
Oh, I think you dropped it.
I dropped it.
Yeah.
I got it. All right, you ready?
Trying to think. Yeah, let me see your signature, because that's a big part of it, is signing legal documents in cursive, as we go all the way back to that. So, what does your signature look like?
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty fancy.
Yeah, and that's cursive all the way
Did you
through.
practice that?
Well, I mean, you sign your life away so many times when you're an adult. When you have to, buy things that require loans and stuff, you end up signing your name away. So
That's
what's
right.
your signature like?
Smiley face.
That
Can I not? Is that not?
No, I think if you just-
No, it's that one right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. I know. And my Uncle John, when we were 9 years old, we went to a TGI Fridays, and they gave you the little card, the just get rewards card.
Right.
And my Uncle John put it down in front of me, and he had said, "This is the first time you're going to sign your name. It's got to be the same for the rest of your life." I remember it very
my
well.
gosh.
And that was it. That was
This is going
That was
to
it.
be. This is
Yeah.
what it's going to be.
And he was just like, all right.
Okay, Kirsten, I got to see yours. Hold it up.
All right. Well, it's not very fancy, but hold on. I was trying to get ready
Scribbling,
about
scribbling. Oh,
That's
it's
good, too.
very nice. I like
I
the
like
old
the
fashioned
initial.
G.
there. And that's, you know, I try to do my initials, but I kind of KLG.
That's
Yeah.
an old fashioned G. I like it.
Thank you.
And if you're watching this right now, you want to share your signature with us. No, I wouldn't put it in digital. But if you want to show us your attempt at cursive,
Right.
if you want to write a sentence, we'd love to see it. Take a picture of it and throw it in the comments section.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, guys, have a great day. Thanks for joining us on the morning stretch.
This is fun.
All
All
right.
right. Have a great day, everyone.
Jared, go.
All right. Have a great day. Bye.
Jared, go.